banjye abo tungana bo myaka nk'iyanjye, hari abonduta banyegereye, hari abanduta nanjye ngenda negera. Twagize amahirwe, hari igihe twagize amahirwe, yo kuba FPR. FPR inkotanyi, FPR ntabwo ari ziriya nyuguti eshatu gusa. FPR ni politiki, ni uburyo bwo gutekereza, ni uburyo bwo kubaho, ni uburyo bw'imikorere ijyanye n'ukuntu abantu bakwiye kubaho, ijyanye n'ukuntu bakwiye gutera imbere, tukagana aho abandi bageze kera tukabageraho, ndetse byaba bishoboka tukabanyuraho. Ibyo rero ntabwo twabipfusha ubusa, cyane ndabibwira mwebwe urubyiruko, mwe mukibyiruka bato, twifuza kubarera muri iyo politiki ya FPR yo gukotanira umutekano n'amajyambere y'igihugu cyacu. Ariko mujye mwibaza, umuntu n'inkundi, haba hano mu Rwanda, haba mu baturanyi, haba i Burayi, mahanga akize ateye imbere cyane. Buriya bageze kuri byinshi, ariko ntabwo baragera ku kurema umuntu, kuko ntibyashoboka. Niyo mpamvu rero twebwe tunababwira, kandi niko mukwiriye kumera mwebwe urubyiruko rwa FPR rw'Abanyarwanda b'ubu. Mukwiye gutinyuka, mwebwe mukareba umuntu mu maso, mukamubwira ko atari Imana yanyu. Ntabwo ari bo Mana rwose. Iyo niyo ngiro, niyo ntego, niyo politiki ya FPR, niyo politiki y'inkotanyi. Gukotana, murabizi, mugomba gukotana, nibwo mugera ku buzima mwifuza kugeraho. Nta muntu uzaza ngo adutobangire ibyo twubaka. Ntabwo azabyishimira icyo azamubaho. Hari n'abariya rero bakoresha bamwe bake cyane muri twe, bakabagira ibitangaza, barabashuka. Buriya bazarinda basaza, bashiremo umwuka, ntacyo bagezeho, ari igikoresho gusa. Twe rero turebe igihugu cyacu, twirebe, turebane tumenyane, tumenye ko ibyiza bibaye kuri umwe bikwiye kugera no ku wundi, bikwiye kugera kuri twese, bikwiye kugera ku gihugu cyose, bityo tugatera imbere, iby'abandi tukaberekera ba nyirabyo, usibye kubana nabo neza, gukorana nabo neza, guhana amahoro. Ariko iyo ushaka amahoro witegura no kuyarinda. Twe rero twiteguye kuyarinda, nimwe duheraho kandi. Turangije iby'umutekano, igikurikiraho cyangombwa ni politiki nziza itagira uwisiga inyuma mu gikorwa gikuru dushyira imbere cy'amajyambere. Amajyambere murayabumva, gutera imbere, abantu ntibahore baganya umuhanda, baganya amashuri, baganya ubuzima, ibintu bitanga ubuzima, baganya ifunguro, ukaba umuryango, ukagira abana, urimo umugore n'umugabo, ugasanga baragorobye bifashe ku itama, ntibafite aho buvane ikiri bubatunge. Ntabwo ibyo bikwiriye kuba amateka yahise dusiga inyuma mu gihugu cyacu. Sibyo? Iyo rero niyo nzira turimo, ntabwo dutangiye uyu munsi, ntabwo dutangiye ubu. Icyo turimo ubu ngubu kiraganisha mu bikorwa by'itariki 15 z'uku kwezi, mu minsi mike iri imbere, bayivuze 9, kugira ngo mu buryo bwa demokarasi nk'Abanyarwanda twongere duhitemo uko dukomeza iyo nzira. Iyo nimuzatorage muzamutoye FPR, ubwo nyine nanjye nzaba ndimo, kuko maze rero jyewe ndige kubera mwe. Namwe muzabe mwe kubera jye. Hanyuma rero urumva ko ibintu ari magirirane, ni icyo gihango nyine. Kandi dufitanye igihango twese hamwe, twese hamwe, nuko tugeraho tukivanamo intare ijya imbere y'izindi. Sibyo? Nibyo cyane. rero uwavuga ibyacu, wavuga amateka, avuga aho tuvuye, ibyo tunyuzemo, aho tugeze, aho tujya, ibyo ngira ngo musanzwe mubyumva, nta nubwo twabivuga muri aya masaha ngo tubirangize. Gusa nagira ngo ndangize nongera kubashimira cyane rwose. Ndayakiriye. Ni byiza ko turangirije kuri izo ntare z'inkotanyi. Ndagira ngo mbashimire ko mwaje, ko twahuye, mbabwire ko nishimye, hanyuma bizahora bityo kandi igihe kirekire. Mwakoze cyane. Mutahe neza. Mwakoze cyane, mwakoze cyane, mugira amahoro y'Imana.
President William Ruto today faced tough questions during an online engagement triggered by anti-government protests. Kenyans openly expressed issues that affect them directly, such as unemployment, dissatisfaction with corrupt and arrogant leaders in President William Ruto's government. The head of state was also taken to task over police misconduct, which led to dozens of deaths, including the fatal shooting of 12-year-old Kennedy Onyango in Rongai, and the plight of bereaved families struggling to come to terms with the loss of their loved ones. Seth Olale listened to the 3-hour online engagement that saw President Ruto pledging to implement key reforms aimed at improving service delivery to Kenyans.
industries that manufacture.
Over 100,000 Kenyans, majority who are youth, joined the president's social media engagement platform to express their concerns with President William Ruto's administration.
Industries that manufacture steel.
In the one-on-one engagement between the youth and President William Ruto since the June anti-government protest that led to the head of state conceding the controversial Finance Bill 2024, the youth did not hide their anger and displeasure on a section of leaders in President William Ruto's administration, terming them selfish, arrogant, and corrupt.
When we elected you, Mr. President, that you can help us now cash those people who are corrupt in this nation, you're just there laughing with them. Look at Oscar Sudi. He's flaunting with 20 million in a bag in a public forum.
I agree that some of our officials are arrogant. Some of them, speak out of turn, and then some of them display, obnoxious opulence, if I may say that. Which does not just anger the public. Sometimes I call in some of those people and I give them a piece of my mind.
The youth demanding that the head of state cracks the whip on rogue police officers who led to the massacre of over 40 innocent Kenyans, including 12-year-old Kennedy Onyango, who was fatally shot in Ongata Rongai during the anti-government demonstration.
He's talking about the number of bullets that killed a citizen. He's talking about a citizen in Githurai attacking the police at 3 a.m.? Really? Honestly, Mr. William Ruto, your accountability is zero. I'm quite dismayed, honestly, because you came here to answer to the citizens, but you're taking zero accountability for it. And if you say they're independent, why do you laud the police for the matter of civilians?
The guy called Rex, he was a guy, basically, he was a guy who was born in 2002. Now he's dead. How does the mother feel? And some of your officials work in TV stations, go on social media, and they're like, wanajipiga kifua, and that someone died. It's painful, Mr. President.
I apologize on behalf of every official who should have done something about that situation. I have explained that the boy who died in Rongai was actually shot by one of the criminals who actually snatched the gun from the police. That criminal was, however, shot by the police because if the police did not shoot him, then he would have caused more deaths.
The other day you said, when you were questioned about the boy who was shot, you didn't know whether he was alive or dead. But now you know that the person who shot that boy is not the police officer. Mr. President, do you think that is a reality? That one is not a reality.
We saw Manu last year, how you dealt with the citizens. Same scenario this year. When is that going to stop? What kind of a democracy is this? Can you define what a democracy is, Mr. William Ruto?
The Gen Zs on social media putting President William Ruto's government on notice, warning that they will deliver a protest vote come 2027 unless the head of state initiates drastic reforms in his government.
Why are we playing games with the public money, with the money that our mothers and fathers are going through sweat to get it, Mr. President? Wherever we are not happy. And of course, if these things are going to happen this way, then come 2027, we are going to come out in large numbers, Mr. President. We'll take votes, and we'll take those people home, including you. If at all you are not going to fight for our own rights as your people in this nation.
I know what is cutting. I know what's going on. And I have promised that I will be making changes.
Seth Olale, Citizen TV.
Kuria was forced to cut short his speech and leave the funeral of politician Maina Wanjigi in Nyeri County after some mourners started chanting anti-Ruto slogans. This comes even as Kenyans want President Ruto to reduce the number of cabinet secretaries, especially those who are believed to be corrupt. Meanwhile, Azimio leader Raila Odinga has lauded Gen Z and other youth for their tenacity to come out and protest against a controversial finance bill of 2024. NTV's Margaret Kimathi has that story.
Maji. We are talking about.
A tense atmosphere erupted after a section of mourners began to chant anti-Ruto slogans, while CS Moses Kuria took to the podium to make his speech at the funeral of veteran politician Maina Wanjigi. Despite initial attempts to continue, the disruption caused by the escalating chants made it impossible for Kuria to proceed, forcing him to abruptly end his speech. The security personnel swiftly intervened to ensure Kuria's safety, escorting him away from the venue. The chants, aimed at President William Ruto, underscored underlying political tensions within Mount Kenya region.
Gen Z!
On his part, Azimio leader Raila Odinga lauded Gen Z for their tenacity in protesting against the controversial finance bill of 2024. Raila, who has been leading the country in demonstrations to pressure the government to lower the high cost of living, further called on the church to support the youth. Raila also warned leaders against betraying their electorates.
Kenya needs a cardinal sin, so that when our people are going to the streets, the young people, let the bishops wear your gowns, the nuns, and walk with our young people so that they're not killed.
Baba, kaa nyumbani. Umefanya ya kutosha. Tutaendelea. Niko nyumbani, lakini niko behind you. When children of this country come out in their large numbers to say something is wrong, the church itself should stand with these children.
At the same time, Nyeri Governor Mutahi Kahiga officially welcomed the Azimio leader to the mountain.
I want to tell you that you are now in the mountain. This is where the mountain is. Na baba karibu kwa mlima. Last time where ulitafuta watu hawajui mlima. Iko watu wanaelewa hii mlima vizuri. Come and we see that.
The former cabinet minister Maina Wanjigi died on June 28th at the age of 93 while receiving treatment at the Nairobi hospital. He was laid to rest at his home in Kianjoya Estate, Nyeri Town constituency. Margaret Kimathi, NTV.
Now, as night fell in the streets of Nairobi, the horrific death of a man identified as Rex Kanyike Masai would mark the end of yesterday's anti-finance bill protest, also termed Occupy Parliament. Rex, who according to witness reports was on his way home from work, was shot and badly injured before he passed on just a few minutes later. NTV's Ngina Kirori has obtained exclusive footage of the incident, which sets the scene of what took place on the night of 20th of June. This as the family of Rex suffered delays from government authorities after they were forced to take his body to City Mortuary pending a homicide investigation. Here now is that report.
20th of June, 2024. A gunshot went off and a life went out. The first sign that trouble was rife in the air comes from this CCTV footage which NTV has exclusively obtained along Moi Avenue at 7:19 p.m. Passers-by are seen scampering for safety before law enforcement officers appear running at people believed to be protesters in the street. The officers are armed with clubs, pistols and tear gas. One of the officers throws an object which appears to be a stone in the direction of protesters. The anti-finance bill protests also termed Occupy Parliament, which were mostly characterized by few incidents of casualties compared to Tuesday's protests, are about to take a dark and tragic turn. Further down the road, at Mamangina Street, another crowd of people are running for their lives. Among them is Rex Kanyike Masai. The group doesn't know it yet, but they are seconds from disaster. One of them even drops their phone and goes back to pick it up, but on second thought, he leaves it as he sees a police officer brandishing a pistol. From another angle, that same police officer fires the fatal shot. When the dust settled, 29-year-old Rex Masai was lying in the street, writhing in pain, with a bullet wound and a bullet lodged in his thigh. His friend, whom we will not identify for security reasons, rushed him to the nearby Bliss Medical Center near National Archives. However, it was too late. The family of Rex Masai was told that due to it being a homicide investigation, they would need to take his body to City Mortuary, where a post-mortem examination would be done.
Jana nilipigiwa simu na rafiki yake, akaniambia mam, tuko na Rex, but Rex hayuko poa. Nikamwambia kama ni mgonjwa, tafuteni hospitali, mpeleke na uniambie uko hospitali gani. Akaniambia mam, tuko hospitali already. Nikamwambia shida ni nini? Ni pesa? Akaniambia hapana. Sijui utaichukua aje. Nikamwambia venye unaongea nishajijazia yuko ama hayuko. Akaniambia mam, hayuko.
However, even into the late afternoon on Friday, police officers had not yet arrived at City Mortuary, making the family wait even longer.
Hata alikuwa kuja nyumbani hii weekend ambayo tunaingia leo hii kesho, na ndugu wangu alikuwa ndugu ambao ni mtulivu sana, penda watu na hawezi penda kuona ukiteseka, na mtu ambao ungekuwa unafanya jambo mbaya angesikia hivyo, angekuongelesha, angekuita kando kuongelesha yale ambayo unafanya si poa na ungependa ufanye hivi na hivi.
The National Police Service has yet to issue an official statement regarding the issue, with the last communication they made about the protests coming 1 day ago.
In the case of Rex, it's unfortunate that we live in a country today where youth are killed for merely exercising their constitutional rights.
The Independent Policing Oversight Authority has, however, issued a statement confirming that they have launched investigations into Rex Masai's death and have called on police officers to exercise restraint. If she could issue a message to the person who shot her son, Rex's mother says she would tell him this.
Mama napenda Mungu, sitamlipisha kisasi. Acha Mungu akadili na yeye.
At approximately 7 p.m., Rex Masai was still alive along this street